platforms that once seemed like space, a lot of these platforms are emerging, and it seems like a space for just entertainment at the expense of us. Throughout creation, Black men have had to actively challenge and fight against stereotypes. And we are, I've said it before, we are the magicians of humanity. Black men are the only men that create out of nothing. We're the real fucking magicians. I'm about to talk about 3 platforms real quick. I'm going to talk about This Might Be Risky. I'm going to talk about Angry Man. And I'm going to talk about Singles by Choices. This Might Be Risky and Single by Choices. Those are 3 brothers. Hamp on This Might Be Risky by himself, and Singles by Choices, Gavin and Mr. Walker. I have no issues with these brothers. I have no issues with their platforms. I have no problems with them. They don't have any problems with me. But I do have an assessment. Now, if these brothers see this assessment, and if they decide that I'm out of control or out of pocket or whatever, I have already been disowned and disenfranchised by other Black men in this space because I had the fucking audacity to say that there was something about your platform that I don't think was all that right. If that's the case with these 3, well, Angry Man, I don't have any relationship with him. Then it is what it is. This Might Be Risky, Angry Man, and Singles by Choices garner a lot of attention from Black men and Black women. These 3 platforms are very profitable. I don't know what their bottom line is. I can just see. All 3 of these platforms I have supported financially, which is not a secret. Those of us that are on my channel in the chat, Hamp, Angry Man, Singles by Choices, they already know. And I support well. I support the brothers. I will continue to support brothers. But you have to ask the question, what are they doing to help? They're having these conversations, having these debates, which you can say that the conversations and the debates is the help. It's the communication. It's the airing out of the laundry. It's the path forward. But here's what nobody's asking and no one's pointing out about these 3 platforms. And brothers, I hope you guys take this. Do not take this as an attack. Hamp, Angry Man, both the brothers on Single by Choices, they're all married men. They're all married men. They're all married men with children. They have wives. None of these men have a dog in a fight. So all of these men and women that are coming to these 3 platforms, instead of have the conversation, but ask these men, what did you do to get your wife? What did you do to get your family? How are you able to maintain it? They don't talk about that. They also don't talk about the fact that their platforms are growing or have grown or are becoming successful or is successful due to the fact they have the stability of a fucking family. But these men do not spend a lot of time talking about that. Ask them about that. Because they're out here advocating for people that they don't have a dog in the fight, whether it works out or not. They all have their men, they all have their women, they have their families, they have their children, and they're out of the game. So why are they here? What are they doing? How are they contributing? Is their platform, are their platforms helping or hurting? You need to start asking these questions. And I'm a huge fan of Hamp. I'm a huge supporter of Hamp. I think he's a phenomenal man. I think he's brilliant. But he's not telling you the secret sauce to a success. You know, these our platforms, this black space, as my guy Logic says, these dick and pussy conversations, we might not be perceived as no longer effective in changing the narrative. We might not be, because of how much it has devolved. We need to recognize that what we're doing out here in these spaces, how we're having these conversations, these fights, the men who fight the men and the women who fight them, and no one willing to bend or acknowledge or accept that this, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. If you are under the age of 55-ish, you didn't fuck this up. We're the results of the fuck up. I'm the results of the crack generation. I'm the results of my generation. You born 19, and I'm just being general. You born 1975 through 1985. That 20, you're born in that period of time. We are the first full generation born in a home without a fucking father in a home. We're the first full generation. Our parents' were the one who took the fucking deal from the government. And every time we go to the goddamn government to fix our problems, they make our shit worse. So let me talk about the Real Bravado Network. Let me talk about the Real Bravado Network. I got in doing this because I thought I could genuinely help, that I can add a different perspective.